Hello everybody, this is a companion video. I want to show you how to publish our application and keep both applications up and running on the server. So right now, if I go to Rodoromat, in my case, I have my to-do app there. And I want to keep it like that. I don't want to remove it. But I want to have something like basic route, for example, Rodoromat, and I want to render the new application. So I want to have both in there. And I will show you how to do that, and this will be the new approach that I will need in order to you to submit your assignments. Like every application needs to be deployed in your server with a different DNS entry like this. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to choose a name. In my case, I choose basic route. So the first thing that I need to do, I need to enable it. So in my DigitalOcean, when I have my domain set up, I will do my host name, basic route, and I will point to my server that I created, and I will make this right now. Theory probably need to be increased later, but I will just keep it like that for now in order to create it. And this record was successfully added, and basic route now is pointing to my server. If I sooner or later this will work in order to refresh the route. Sometimes it could take time, bear with us in that moment. But now we actually know that this is actually pointing to the server. In order to continue, you can see that my application is already on GitHub, and I want now to deploy it to the server and make this configuration in order to make it work. So the first thing that I need to do, I need to copy the URL. I'm already in my home directory. Probably in my case, I will create a project folder, and in that project folders, I will do the git clone. I will go to my basic route, install my dependencies, and I will build it. And that's it. Now I have my distribution folder, and in here I have everything that I need. Now I will keep this in mind. I will not change this. I will not move everything, and I will show you what needs to be created. So I will do now is I will copy this somewhere. You can copy it in a computer, it doesn't matter. And just maintain this route the way they're supposed to. I will do sudo, and I will keep nano just to simplify things. If you are familiar with BI, you can do BI. I actually like BI, but in this case, to guide you a little bit faster, let's actually use nano. And we're going to go to the etc directory. Of course, it's important to be like this. nginx conf.d, and here we're going to create a new file called basicroute.conf. It's really important to have this end of the name configuration. And it's really important to be the path. This is where nginx saves all his configuration. So I will create this. It will request your your password, type the password. I typed it before, that's why it didn't ask me to do it. So for here, I will be really basic. I will create a server, and that server will listen in my port 80. My server name, actually server name is with underscore, will be basic route.rodoroman.com. That's the URL that I'm defining. That's pretty much this one, and this is the one that I tag it over here. So it's really important that it need to match, and I need to end it. Every line need to end with a semicolon. That's important. Then I do a location, and I will tell everything need to go in a specific place. For that, I will go to the different history mode, and we'll go to HTML5 mode, the one that we choose. And we have an example how to set up Nginx. So here is really simple. is going to be try underscore files $URI $URI again forward slash, and then we define where the index HTML is. In this case, it's in the path that I saved before. Forward slash index.html. And I finish with a semicolon. I click enter. And let me make this bigger in order to see it. But pretty much what I'm saying is try files, URI forward slash, and I go to my home directory, my username, my project folder, my specific folder, my distribution folder, and then my index.html. Right, that's pretty much what I've been putting over there. After I have that, I just need to close it, and I need to close it again. It is important to have this like this. Let me make it again, like maximize it in order to save it, to see it. And let's do simple Control X. Save, we say yes. I see the name, perfect. I do enter, and it just gets saved. In order to make it work on the Nginx server, we need to restart. And to restart the Nginx server, we do a sudo nginx-t first. We need to test to see if the configuration is correct. If we have the syntax okay and the test is successful, we can actually restart the server, and we can do sudo nginx.s reload. And with that, our servers have been reloaded, and we just need to wait for the propagation of the name to be taking effect. Let's see if actually already did it for me. It didn't. So I will stop the video. I will wait for the DNS propagate through the internet before I can actually hit this particular URL. So I figured out what was the issue, and I just solved it right now, and I want to share that with everybody. As you can see, I have my basic route already deployed, and the links are working the way they're supposed to without any issue. The other change that I did is I moved my to-do application to to-do in order to have it like that, because I would like to put later some kind of portfolio in the main route, root route. So let's keep it like this for now. Keep this in the backseat route, or whatever you want to call it, and put the to-do over here. Now, in order to make this work, I run this command that you can actually see right now in here. Sudo gpasswd -a www-data and your username, whatever username you have on the server. After you execute that, you can actually keep everything in your home directory. So what I did, I created my project folder on my home directory. Here, the only thing that I did, I just did a git pull, git clone for application, and for application I installed dependencies with npm install, and then execute npm build for each one of those. So if we go to bit to do, we have the distribution folder right there, and the same with the basic route. Then I noticed that I actually have a typo on the name, but well, let's keep it like that. There you go, the distribution folder. Then the other thing that I did, I went to my etc nginx configuration d file folder, and there I created the basic root and the bit to do configuration. Let's actually open one. This has already changed, but I want to show you what I did there. So what I did, I just put server listen port 80. So just put server listen port 80, listen port 80 again with this format. This is the IP version 6. This is actually optional, but I just keep it there. And I just put the server name with this command. After I put the server name with this command, I just put just the root with the directory with the distribution folder, and I specify the index to be that index.html. And then just copy over the location exactly the way that view routers have that information. with the try files, URI, // index.html. But it's important to have this default. So we just need to keep it like that. The listen ports, the server name, the root, and the location. And then after that, we close it. You can see we have a bunch of stuff here, but this information was actually created by Servbot. And I will show you what I mean by that. So after I did that, I just put again inside the server just the listen, server name, root, index, and location. I did a nginx sudo nginx-t to test it. Then sudo nginx-uppercase t to see all the information, and there I was able to see that my basic route was there and my to-do was also there. So with that, I was able just to do sudo nginx reload, and my nginx will just get reloaded. Also, and I'm almost forgetting to say this, in the directory sats available, we have the default folder. Actually, I believe this one should be fine. We need to remove it from site enable. Sorry, yes. So you go to etc nginx site enable, and you need to remove the default that is actually right there. So it's really important to remove from etc nginx site enable. There is a file called default. Just remove that one to keep a little bit cleaner. After you do that, you need to restart the server again. Remember, with sudo nginx -s reload. Then I just executed sudo nginx, sudo servbot -nginx, and it found my two URLs that I have loaded here. I keep it blank, so I just hit enter and follow the instruction, and the certificate got installed. That's why my to-do is secure and my basic route is secure too. Both of them are working the way they're supposed to. Oh, of course, when I created a to-do, I just put the to-do pointing to my server. So every new subdomain that we're going to be added need to be pointing to the server. Or we can just actually, I believe, put like everything going to there if you're not going to use any other server. But for now, I don't recommend actually this. It probably is going to be better just to have name each one of those directly this way. Other than that, that should be it. The only issue, of course, is that right now if I go to my root directory, we don't have anything there. And it's telling me there's an error, and it will load any of the pages, and that's okay, it doesn't matter. We're going to create a portfolio next, and that portfolio will list all our computers, all of the applications that we are actually deploying. So far, I hope that you like it. Any question? Any doubt? Don't hesitate to reach me. I know things changes a little bit with the instructions that I had before, but you need to keep up with the technology. So it is important. If you're having any issue, please contact me and I can help you. We can schedule something and I will let you help you. Other than that, have a really good day. Happy coding, everybody.